to 5 and have more freedom. We're doing this series of videos, and if you haven't watched the previous ones, you have to follow all the steps. Today we're going to talk about the proximity rule. The proximity, the law of proximity. It's super important if you want to achieve any dream really, but if you want to escape your 9 to 5 and really have this freedom life and dream life just like me. And I'm again in a new country today. Have you noticed? This is Germany. I've been in other countries every single week, and so yeah, today I'm in Germany and the weather is so nice. I'm like, I have to sit outside and show you the view and show you that the sun is out, and if you can see, there's a blue sky. I don't know if you can see it. So welcome everyone, and thank you for adding your questions in the chat. And today is really about the proximity rule. So if you have landed here and you're watching the replay or you're watching live, make sure to follow me every single Friday live or watch it later, but comment your questions below the video or in the chat so that I can answer them, because maybe you are that person now who is stuck in a 9 to 5, who's stuck in corporate, you want to escape and you have no idea how. Every single week I'm adding another step, but every one on its own is super helpful. Okay, so again, today is going to be the proximity rule. So no matter what step you're at, no matter what your goal or your dream is, this proximity rule is going to help you in achieving your goal, no matter what that goal is. So just to do a little recap, but please go to each of these videos and each of these steps we have done so far. So far, we have started with making the decision and being aware of all the signs that it's time to do a career change. All the 9 signs I've mentioned in the first step, that it's time for a career change, that it's time to look for another career, that it's time to escape that current situation where you are in. And there are 9 very specific signs. So if you haven't seen that, please go back and see it. I also talked about making a decision, because if you complain, if you're unhappy, but you're not making the decision to actually quit your job, you're not going to do it. You're not going to make it. So make sure you make that decision. Without a decision, you can talk about it all you want. And I know a lot of people are like, oh, I'm really not happy with my job, but then they don't do anything. So making that decision is crucial. Now, the second thing is we talked about you. The second step was we really talked about you and being self-aware, aware of your strengths, aware of your weaknesses, aware of, your passions. We really explored your values, your strengths. Like, we explored you. If you haven't seen that, go back to that step, because seriously, if you follow all these steps, those are the steps that I took, and those are the steps I'm taking my clients through. So it really works. Every single time I have homework and action steps that you can take. So if you take them, guaranteed results. The third thing we did is explore your vision. What is your dream life? What is that ideal life? How do you describe it? When you close your eyes, when you daydream, what is that? We really explored that. And I had actions in that video to take you through a series of questions so that you can really be clear on your vision. If you're not clear on your vision, then if you're not clear on who you are, then how do you know where you're going to be, right? So every step follows really a path. Then we talked last week about a goal, and that is also super important, because if you can define a very clear goal, that will help you to focus. It will help you to focus. It will help you to have these action steps. Without a clear goal, and this is something I spend a lot of time on with my clients, to really make it very specific to you, to your situation, and to your true desire. Without a true desire, you might be climbing the ladder and you're on the wrong ladder. That's what I talk about. Like, how many people are reaching the age of 50? There has been, research and study about it, about, the amount of people that reach the age of 50 have changed about on average 7 times of jobs and careers, and they're still not fulfilled. They're still not happy. They're still trying to find the right fit. And the way I see it is really like you're climbing a ladder and ladder and ladder, and you're climbing higher and higher. You're achieving goal after goal after goal, to then find out, wait a minute, I'm still not feeling fulfilled because I'm on the wrong ladder. So that's what I want you to realize. Like, if you have a very clear goal, it's so much easier to take actions and to take the steps. Today, we're at the proximity rule. What is the law of proximity? Very simple to understand, but I will explain it because it sounds really simple, but how do you apply it? I'm going to tell you what it is. I'm going to tell you how to apply it. I'm give you a ton of examples so that you know exactly what to do, and I'll give you the actions, so stay till the end. The proximity rule is the closer you are to something, the easier it is to achieve it. The further away you are from something, the more difficult it is to achieve it. The proximity rule, literally close by or further away. That is the rule, that is the law. Now, how does that apply in your career shift? How does that apply in achieving your dream life? Well, I'm going to explain that because this is why you landed on my channel, because I want you to achieve that freedom. If you haven't done so already, please do subscribe and please do check all my other videos and write a comment below because I love reading your comments. I really, really do. And I've been there. I've been in a corporate career and I really, really was not unhappy, and I changed roles within the corporate and I climbed the ladder to then find out, wait a minute, I'm still not happy. I'm still not feeling fulfilled. What's going on? And so that's why I want you to know, look, what is it that I need to do to really achieve my dream life? Now, this proximity rule in a career change, how does this apply? Well, let's imagine right now you're in a job and you're standing on the bottom of the mountain and you're looking at the top of the mountain. The gap between where you are now and where you want to be, it's huge. And that is why most people stay stuck. They stay stuck because they're standing at the bottom of the mountain, they're looking up and they're like, that's way too difficult to get on the top, right? Does that make sense? It's way too difficult to get on the top. But if you break that mountaintop into hills, it's so much easier. Now, you may be looking at other people and you may be looking at other people who are on the top and you're thinking, wow, they're so lucky. They have a dream career. They have a dream life that I want too. Well, guess what? You can achieve that dream life. You can achieve it. You can be on the top, but it's not going to happen overnight. You have to climb the mountain. And instead of looking at all these other people and thinking, well, they're there and I want that, but I can't have it, and I'll stay stuck, don't do that, because there is a way to get on the top. So the proximity rule is go and find people that are achieving that life that you want with all the steps that we have been doing so far. You are now at a stage where you're clear on what you want. You know your strengths, you know your vision, you know your goal. So now go and find people who are doing the career that you want. Go and find that person who is having the life that you want. And I'm going to give you a ton of examples, okay? So it's going to be very, very clear to you and you'll know exactly what to do. And please, if you're watching live, type your questions in the comments in the chat because I'm really going to answer your questions, okay? So who is it that you are inspired by? Who is it that is having a lifestyle that you actually admire? You know, who is that person that you're like, oh, they have that and I don't? Oh, they're so lucky and I don't have that. Who is that person? And here is where the proximity rule comes. The proximity rule is people plus places equals opportunities. I learned this rule from Ken Coleman, who wrote a book about this, and he talks about it all the time. And it's just so simple, but it's so effective. And in fact, I've been practicing this for years, and it is how I am now achieving my dream life. I just didn't know the name proximity rule. But if you have a person or several people that are doing the things that you want, I want you to go to those people or go to the places, people or places, and that will bring you closer to your dream. How? Well, listen, if you find a person that you're inspired by, that is doing what you want, go and talk to them. Go and ask them questions. Never go and say something like, ooh, I want what you have. Do you have a job for me? When people do that to me, it's like, oh, I want to work with you. No, that's not how it goes. Go and ask them questions. How did you start? What's your advice? What are your tips? What can I do? Do you have other contacts that I can contact? That is the kind of conversation you want to do. Let me give you some examples. When I was still in my corporate role and I really, really felt stressed and burnt out and tired and exhausted, and it was draining my energy, I really dreamed about being a full-time traveler. I wanted to be a digital nomad. I want to have this laptop lifestyle and only work from my laptop. And so I started going to people who were doing this. I started going to Facebook groups. I watched YouTube videos. I commented on the videos like, hey, I'm inspired. I want this too. How did you do this? How did you start? I started conversations with these people. Another example, I wanted to do a TEDx talk. Well, I went to people who did TEDx talks. I asked them questions. Hey, so good. I watched your TEDx talk. How did you do it? You know, what's your advice? What more can I learn? I went to the places and the people. In the end, I did 2 TEDx talks, and because they tell you what to do. They give you the next steps. Remember, when you're at the bottom of the mountain, you want to climb the mountain, you have to take those steps. You can't just get there. So that's what I did. Only through connections, through getting connected with the right people in the right places. When I wanted to write my books, I didn't know how to start. So I went and I talked to other authors. How did you do it? How did you start? What's your advice? Where can I start? And I started. And I talked to more and more and more authors, and I surrounded myself with authors. And here's the thing. Remember the video I made a few days ago about the rules of money? One of the rules of money is also befriend people that have money. Befriend rich people. Why? Because when you're surrounding yourself with people that are doing what you want to do, you will attract more of that. You will get that vibration. You will get that energy. When I surround myself with people who I admire, who inspire me, who motivate me, I feel so much energy. And that's the key to selecting your tribe. I was talking to my client yesterday and I said, look, if you're still surrounded by the people who keep you stuck, the people who are in your job and the people who actually, you know, she was in a very toxic environment and a toxic relationship. And the more you're surrounded by those people, the more depressed and exhausted you feel, you know. And if you start surrounding yourself with people who have energy, who motivate you, who believe in you, who trust you, who have been where you are, you become another person. Literally, it's that shift. Does that make sense? Please, please, please comment, okay? So is that making sense to you? So I want you to think about people who you know, who you're inspired by, who motivate you, who can you talk to? It will give you so much more energy. Go to those Facebook groups, go to those YouTube channels. Like you know, that's why I work with a coach. That's why I'm encouraging you, seek a mentor, seek a coach that is a few steps ahead of you, who is living the life that you want to live, because they know and they will tell you. If you stay surrounded by the people who keep you stuck, who drain your energy, who are exhausting, the people around you at work, it's an environment you don't want to stay in anyway. So if you want to achieve something else, you have to go to those people and those places. Again, people plus places equal opportunities. The more you surround yourself with the people who you want to become, you will open up. You will open up and see opportunities that you are not seeing now because you're stuck in an environment, in a job that you don't want to be in, with the people you don't want to be with in your future. So in your future, go to those people who have what you want. And it will just be eye-opening with the opportunities that are coming to you. Another example, okay, let's see, YouTube. I started my YouTube channel and I had no idea. I knew I had the dream of, you know, growing my YouTube, but I had no idea. And I had a few people who was like, Rachel, there's millions of videos. Like, what do you think? Like, who is going to watch your videos, right? And so, but I surrounded myself with people who are YouTubers, actual YouTubers. And they're like, oh, well, you have to just start because, you know, and they gave me all these tips and they gave me the confidence to do it and to continue and continue and continue. And here I am. And the thing you have to remember is, if right now you're standing at the bottom of the mountain and you're thinking, wow, achieving my dream life, it's not possible because I'm too old or I'm not capable or I'm, you know, all of these excuses. I started creating my dream life when I was over 40. And if you don't start today, where will you be next year? Where will you be in 5 years from now? You will be still unfulfilled, still not living your freedom life that you desire, and you'll be 5 years or 10 years older. The time to start is now, because what I'm saying always is don't jump with a parachute. You don't have to take the leap. Sometimes people think like, oh, I have to take the leap and just quit cold turkey. No, I'm helping people to transition, because you have to make a transition. There's no way you can just jump and quit your job. We need money. You need money to survive. You need money for clothes. You need money to transition. So it's not about quitting. No, the way to escape is to have a plan and to take the steps to it. So start climbing the mountain, hill by hill by hill. Is this making sense? I'm looking forward to your comments in the chat. So yeah, what else? More examples. I think I gave you a lot of examples, so I'm going to go to your questions in a moment. But really, the people you're surrounding yourself with, it's crucial. That's why I have a coach. I still have a coach, because I always am inspired by people who are a few steps ahead of me. They know what steps to take, and when I'm surrounded by them, I'm motivated. I have energy to achieve my dream life. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Please, please, please comment below. And again, if you're watching the replay, then comment below this video, ask all your questions, because week after week, I'm answering your questions and helping you to get unstuck and to live the life that is fulfilling to you and the life that you really want to achieve. So let me have a look at the questions you're typing. And again, if you landed here, my channel is all about, achieving your dream life, your desired life, and it's really possible. You need a plan. You need a plan with steps. And the way to get that plan is taking the steps I've been giving you so far, making the decision, being aware of you, creating a very specific goal. And today is really about surrounding yourself with the right people. Look at the people who you are inspired by. So the action I want you to take today is really look at the people that you are inspired by. Who are the people? Make a list of people that are doing what you want to do in your field, in your expertise, in your dream. Even if you still think, I have a dream, Rachel, and I have a goal, but I don't know how. I don't know how I'm going to achieve it. It's a good goal. Remember what I said last week? If you think people are going to tell you you're crazy because of that goal, it's a good goal. It's the right goal. So don't let anybody, let you think differently. Don't let anybody doubt yourself. If you have a dream, this is it. Now, the action for today is really to go and find those people who are living that dream life of yours, who already have achieved that. If you want to be a digital nomad, if you want to travel the world like I am, talk to me. If you want to quit your job and have more freedom to do what you want, when you want, where you want, in great locations like this, you can talk to me, you can talk to other people, but it's possible. It's possible because I'm achieving it. I'm helping my clients achieve it. It's just amazing the transformations that I'm seeing with my clients as well, that at the beginning are stuck in a 9-to-5 job, and now they're like, oh, Rachel, so much energy and so much livelihood and just, opportunities opening up and coming up. So I really hope you can do this, and comment below, get inspired by the right people and ask them questions, get into a conversations, ask them, how did you start? What's your advice? And in those conversations, you will get more and more clarity. You will get more and more clarity because they will give you some ideas and tips, and maybe you'll think, wait a minute, I had this in mind, but now I know I don't want to be in sales. I actually want to work with those kind of people, or I don't want to sell stuff, but I'm very creative, so maybe I can do more painting, like anything. Having conversations with people and going to the places where these people are, it's gonna really put your brain to more clarity, and more clarity will give you more confidence, and more confidence will give you more courage, and more courage will lead to the actions and the results that you really want. So again, everything is about believing and trusting in yourself. And please write your comments and your questions in the chat right now or below this video, because this proximity rule, it's just the key to your dream life. It's talking to the people, and not in a spammy way, not in a, oh, can you give me a job? Oh, can you, give me this or give me that? No, it's about sharing relationships and ideas and brainstorming. And I'm doing this all the time with people asking me questions. I love it because I want to help people. I want people to feel fulfilled, to achieve their dream life. Because if you're stuck in a job, I know the feeling. It's exhausting, it's draining. So I don't want that for you. I want you to feel happy and fulfilled. So let me see. Hello, Sharifa. Could you please share some of your successes taking people from their 9 to 5 to something else that gives them the freedom? Of course I can do that. It's a great, great question. So one client of mine, she was in a job and she really wanted to make much more passive income. She didn't want to work for a boss anymore, which is most of my clients, and she wasn't sure what to do. So we went through the steps that I'm taking you through as well, and we dived really deeper into, you know, what she really wanted, what her dream was, and created a very, very specific goal. And she had a few ideas of passive income. She wanted to write, she wanted to invest in stocks, she wanted to help and support people, she wanted to do real estate. And so more and more she got surrounded, again, the proximity rule, with people that were doing what she wanted to do. And instead of staying stuck and talking to people that were holding her back, she started opening up and seeing new opportunities. And so in the beginning, she was afraid. She thought, oh, well, you know, do you think I can earn like $1,000 a month, you know, doing stocks? And maybe it's too much and maybe not. And then she started surrounding herself with people that were having thousands of dollars per month through passive income. And it's like, oh my gosh, really? I can do that? And so she opened herself up, and she's very, very close now to actually quitting her job because she's making so much more money, you know, with the investments because of her passion in investments, in stocks, in the stock market. I don't know anything about it, but her passion is there and her talent is there. And then she's getting more writing opportunities. So she's creating that life that she desires. Another client of mine, she's still in her job, but she's also very close to quitting because we really dived into her passion and her strengths, and she loves helping people, supporting people, diving into analytical research. And her passion is also wine and wine industry. And she wasn't sure. She's like, I don't want to sell wine, but now she got into maybe the wine growth and the laws that are attached to that. And so suddenly, because I took her to go to the places where these people were, the places where these opportunities are, the places, you know, surrounded by people that share her passion, she now has a ton of ideas and more clarity and more direction about what she really wants to do. And things are showing up. Like, she just recently, yesterday, she messaged me like, I found a program that I really want to join and they're going to pay me money for it. It's like, wow. Another client of mine I took through, she was also very, very sick of her job, sick and tired. And she really found a coaching niche that she loved helping. She's good in, you know, virtual assistant. And she wants to help other people become virtual assistants. And so she really dove into a specific niche and explored that, and again, talked to people, increased her audience, increased her, you know, the people. She did her research, she went to the places, she talked to people who, you know, did what she wanted to do, again, like the proximity rule. And now she's already going half time and part time actually in her job, and she's like, in a few months she's done. She's earning so much money now from her own, you know, consultancy and coaching business that she's no longer needing that job. So please ask me anything. Please ask me anything. Comment below. I hope you enjoyed this video, because the proximity rule, escaping, you don't have to stay stuck. That's really my main message. You don't have to stay stuck. If you have the ambition, the desire, and you make a decision. I only work with clients who really are sure, like, I'm ready, Rachel. I'm making the decision. I'm ready. I'm tired of looking at others like, oh, I want that too, and they're so lucky. No, you are the lucky one. You can achieve this life too, and that's what I want for you. So again, if you landed on my channel, you enjoy my videos, make sure you I have weekly Wednesday videos and Friday lives. And make sure to subscribe, to hit the like button, to comment below because I love reading it. And oh, hi Elizabeth, I'm about to round up. I wish you came a bit earlier. Do you have any questions at all? Today was really about the proximity rule and escaping your 9 to 5 and living your desired life. And again, just to do a quick recap, we started with the first step, which was really making the decision of achieving your desired life and making a switch in your career. Like, make that decision. As long as you're complaining and I'm not happy and I don't like it, nothing's going to happen. Make that decision like, yes, I'm going to do something about it. I gave you 9 signs that it's time to shift careers, that it's time to get out of there. The second step was being aware of you, who you are, what your strengths, your weaknesses, your passions. Like, I really dove into all these questions and took you through the exercise. The third step, we created your vision. Like when you daydream, I asked you all these questions to think about and really create your vision. Next, we created a very specific goal. Like, if you have a clear goal, you can have clear steps. And today was all about the proximity rule. Who are you inspired by? Go and talk to these people. People plus places equal opportunities. Surround yourself, like Elizabeth and me, we're surrounded by other YouTubers. That's how we're growing. If I would have stayed, stuck with people who knew nothing about YouTube and who was like, Rachel, there's a million of videos out there, why would you, grow on YouTube, right? Yeah, it doesn't work that way. But if you're surrounded yourself with, people who are doing what you want to do, we're surrounding ourselves with people who have bigger channels and more views and more subscribers, and we're inspired and we're talking to these people, having conversations, and it just motivates and gives us energy, right? So yeah, definitely. Oh, thanks, Elizabeth. Yeah, do go back and watch it. Yeah, I'm in Germany right now. This is my dream life: traveling the world and being in different locations all the time. So today I'm in Germany. Last week I was in Belgium. The week before I was in the Netherlands, and in 2 weeks I'll be again in a new country. But the pandemic doesn't make it so easy to fly and travel right now. So. Now people are joining. I was about to round up. You missed the whole episode. Heather, thank you so much. Ooh, hi. Oh, Miri, thank you. Thank you for joining. Yeah, any questions? If if the chat closes up because I'm about to round up, then you can still comment it below. But any questions right now, then please do tell them, because I'm still here and I'm enjoying a really beautiful day in Germany, and. The sun is out, and I'm gonna continue my travels in a few weeks, and let's hope the whole pandemic will make it much more easy, I would say, to travel, because right now it's not so easy. But I sold everything. I sold my home. I sold all of my furniture. Why? Because I took all the steps that I'm taking you through. Like, a freedom lifestyle is really there for you, and I'm achieving it. And do not let anybody at all stop you or make you doubt. Do not let anybody make you doubt your dream. Do not let any other outside external circumstance stop you. Like, I could have said, oh, you know what, the whole pandemic and the COVID, and I can't do it, or there's a ton of reasons. And fear is there. Of course fear is there. Fear is normal. Like, of course, I'm going to talk about that in another step as well. I'm going to dive deeper into that. But don't think I'm fearless. Don't think I'm overconfident. But I have a belief. I took the steps I'm taking you through. I had made a decision to change my life. I made a list of the things that I'm good at, that I want to do. I had a very clear vision, a very clear goal. And I applied the proximity rule that I talked about today. People plus places equal opportunities. Surround yourself with the right kind of people, and that creates opportunities. But the big key is the mindset. Like, don't let yourself stop by others. Like, no, I know I can do this. You can do it too. But if you let other people or external circumstances make you doubt, you're never going to do it. So that's why today is so important, the proximity rule. Surround yourself with people that believe in you, that motivate you, people that are doing what you want to do, and believe those people. Because there is a ton of people out there that are scared, that make you scared, that will stay stuck in their job for the rest of their lives, that will end up getting old, living a life and thinking, oh, I wish I had done that, but I never did. The life of regret. Remember, the pain of regret is bigger than the pain of change. The pain of regret is bigger than the pain of change. And that's why I make a change. I don't want to grow old thinking, I wish I had done it. No, right? So I don't want that for you either. That's why I'm making all this series. That's why I'm making all these steps for you, because it's really like, go for it. It's possible. But never jump without a parachute. Never jump without a parachute. You need a plan. I take my clients through a transition, and that's what a lot of people think, like, ooh, I need to take the leap of faith. I need to jump and then quit, and then what? And then I have no money. No, I would never want you to be without money. We need money. We need money. So you have to transition. You have to climb the mountain hill by hill by hill. That's the plan. That's, you know, that's the parachute. Don't just jump. I wouldn't have never done that. I never want that for my clients because we need money. But when you're actually going towards your dream and taking the steps, doing your 9 to 5 is just, when I knew I was going to quit, I didn't quit for at least, I think, a year, but I was in such a different mindset. I did my job because of the paycheck, and I was like, you know what? I don't care about my boss. I just did everything I needed to do to not get fired and to get my paycheck. But I knew I made the decision. I wanted to quit. I made the decision here that I was going to achieve my dream life. And so it's that decision that's crucial. And then doing your 9 to 5 is easier because you know you're going to quit anyway. So it's not that hard anymore. It's not that exhausting. It's not that draining anymore. Let's see if you have visions. Yes. Anything else? Yep. The pain of regret is bigger than the pain of change. That's why it's better to change. Seriously, it's better to go through the change and allow that fear and face that fear and shake hands with that fear. But again, I'm going to talk a lot more about fear next time because it's a biggest reason why people are not creating the steps, not achieving their desired life because of fear. That's the biggest thing. But allow it. Like I said earlier, I'm not fearless. I have fears. Don't you think that when I sold my house and I got rid of everything, my whole furniture, everything, and I saw everything go away in trucks and people picking things up and I gave so much away, and it's like, don't you think I was like, oh my gosh, what am I doing? But I have a strong belief. And I'm like, no, this is good. This is exciting fear. Like, fear is not negative. Fear is like, this is exciting. It's a new chapter in my life, and it's what I want for you too. And pain of regrets. And I definitely had a transformation. Well, it's not a transformation in my mindset. It's a transformation in my life, but my mindset is always strong. My mindset is always like, every time I have a little piece of fear, a little piece of doubt, I'm like, I'm so trained in my mind. I'm like, nope, I'm good. You're like, am I crazy? No, I'm good. Is this scary? Yes. Whenever I have a little panic, I'm like, no, I'll be fine. And I just constantly shift my mind like, no, I'll be fine. And you will be fine. You have to believe it. So that's why it's so important to surround yourself with the right people, the right coaches, the right mentors who know that you'll be fine and who can take you through it, right? So that's it for today. Please do watch the replay because the proximity rule is going to help you for sure in everything that you want to achieve, anything really, any goal, and or any previous step. So thank you guys for joining me live. Remember, every Friday, 11 a.m. EST time, 4 p.m. UK time, I'm here live. You can also add your questions below in the comment, and I'll answer them. I will, because I want you to achieve the life of your dreams. And so I'm going to greet you from a beautiful day in Germany, and I will see you hopefully next week, same place, same time, but we'll cover another step. Okay? Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate you guys came. So thank you, and I'll see you next week.